Hello moms and hello Healthy Moms Strong. Today we are going to be making some simple lunches so that your school day becomes very much easier whether you have an in-person learner or a remote learner. So if we haven't met, my name is Denise Jelinek. I am a mom. My boys are 9 and 13. Oh my gosh, they're 10 and 14. And I have 2 in-person learners. 2 different schools. I have no idea how the stars have aligned for that to happen, but I feel like I'm sort of in this unique position, and so I want to assist you because you are likely not having a quiet house like I have right now. So let's talk about a couple simple things that you can do to make your life simpler, which is what we are all about here at Healthy Moms Strong. I am a lover of everything that's simple and healthy, put it together, and it is my jam. So today we're going to talk about a couple tips on how to containerize, how to make this a simple process that you can do 1 time a week. You can enlist the help of your children, and I'm going to demonstrate a few quick lunches that we personally use today. And then I'm also going to talk to you about some other simple solutions. So gone are the days of the brown bag, right? I mean, who ever took a brown bag? I mean, I never did. I mean, would your kids just die if they had to take a brown bag to actually to school? So gone are those days. So the first thing that we are going to do is to talk about containerizing. I have a couple awesome things that make this very easy. And these are these little 4-ounce containers. Absolutely love those. And then I found this Ziploc one that has a screw-on lid. So if you're putting anything in there that has a little bit of liquid in it, love that. And then sandwich bags. I mean, nobody really ever puts a sandwich in because the sandwich doesn't actually fit in there. But I use it for everything else. So these are the 2 tools that I absolutely use. And then the other thing is each one of my kids gets a container. So don't overthink this, right? I mean, so we actually use these containers, which are kind of like these shoe boxes. You can get them at the dollar store, which are awesome, and they're clear, and I do like that. You could do different colors for kids. I mean, holy cow, don't we all have about 40 of these Amazon boxes around your house? You could just use an Amazon box. It doesn't matter. Don't stress and add more to you. But each child gets their own bin, and this has everything that they need in it for the week. Okay, so what is in the bin? Okay, so I did make an awesome printable for you guys so that you can just print this out, put it on your fridge, and make sure you know what to put in the bin. But my kids, then this is my son's actual lunchbox. I'm filming this on a Thursday, so there should be 1 of everything left in here, but because we put 5 of everything in at the beginning of the week, and I'm noticing that he has 2 of his vegetables left. So he obviously didn't take a vegetable one day, which is, whatever. He's obviously not starving, right? So we put a vegetable in. We put a fruit in, and this was cucumbers. My kids also like cut up baby carrots. They like cut up peppers. They like baby carrots, kind of whatever works. They like an applesauce. My son's also into olives. I know that's a little odd and unique, but so I make them little, olives, not every week. They get a yogurt tube, if your kids don't have yogurt allergies or something kind of fun. And then, he puts his own hummus in these little containers. So what does my son do? So what he does, now, so these are like the add-ons. And then I'm going to talk about the main meals, okay? So this all pretty much stays the same, and they get 5 of each of those in their container. So that is done, okay? So let's just stick with that, and we'll talk on the main meal in just a second. Okay, this all stays the same, and so they have 5 of each. So what does my son actually do? He can put olives in a jar. He can count out 5 applesauces, get them from the container, put them in there. He can find his apple. Now, I did give him oranges this week, so I sliced those for him. He's 10. This is my 10-year-old's box. He can count out how many yogurts he wants. He can I do cut up the vegetables, but if they're carrots, then he can put them in the bag. But honestly, I still put the vegetable in the bag to make sure that he has enough. He can decide how much hummus he wants, and so he does that. Now, my son also has a snack. I don't know where his snack is, where he'll take either a bag of chips or put chips in or crackers in a container, and a sandwich bag that's never used for sandwiches. So he does all of that, and then he puts it in here. Okay. All right, so let's talk about, and then this just goes in the container. Let's talk about the main meal. So my kids, I'm gonna talk about one of my sons because the other one is a little more challenging. But this one, we come up with 2 ideas for the week and rotate them. Some mornings I'm working and training clients, and so that would be something that he puts in the night before. And then other days, I can make it hot. Like I can throw some ravioli in that I made earlier in the on Sunday, and then I'll put that in the thermos for him. But I'm talking about just two cold options, or just 2 different options. Have I made that clear? 2 different ones. Okay. So it's not like every single day the kid gets something different. I mean, my goodness. So he could get like leftovers from dinner if it was something that he really likes, like a chili or something in a thermos. Okay, but this week, what did he take? This week, we made some tuna salad, and I just put it in a container for him. He had 2 containers and 2 bags of chips, so this is what he will take tomorrow. The other thing that he is taking this week, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this, is these wraps. His school is nut-free, so he does have to use sun butter, and then I like to use these wraps. Now listen, be a little careful with the stinking wraps, because here's what happens, I have found. You try to get a wrap, and then you read the ingredients, and if you remember last week and we were talking about the ingredients that are best for your kiddos, you want to stay away from anything that says hydrogenated oil or enteric oil. And so many silly wraps have that as their ingredients. So, we can talk more about specific ones, but those 2 ingredients, hydrogenated oil or enteric, in those wraps make a beautiful wrap that has a bunch of awesome ingredients. So ridiculous. Okay, so we're gonna take 2 wraps. I am that mom. I've got a really big eater. So I've got this 10-year-old who's kind of going through this growth spurt. Well, probably because he's almost 11. The kiddo can eat so dang much. So I make like these big wraps, and I put the sun butter on, but I'm that mom who I put 2 wraps together. So sun butter on one, another wrap, because I'm just trying to give the kiddo a little extra nutrients. And then sun butter here. Now you could use banana as a filler. My little monkey, who's not so little, really likes apples. So what we do is just really thinly slice apples. Using this awesomeness knife that my husband just bought online. Oh my gosh, doesn't a good knife like change your life? Changes mine and makes cooking so much easier. And then we just lay them out like this. He says he likes the crunch. Sometimes I add a little cinnamon, and there we go. So it looks like this, just like that. A little drizzle of honey. And these can be made the day before, I mean, honestly. And here's what's so cool. These can also be a breakfast. I know we're not talking about breakfast foods today, but it can be a snack. Cut it right down the center, wrap it up, and then it's like super awesome. Like so many great nutrients in it. Another reason, sometimes I'll give him 2 of these, but I like that. Okay, so that's an option. Now listen. Here's the other thing that I want to talk to you about is making sandwiches. And I'm going to teach you how to make the most awesome sandwich ever that not only doesn't get soggy, but will also freeze well. What? tried these wraps, but you could probably freeze these too. You know, I come from the Midwest. Well, we're all in the Midwest, right? If you're in the Chicagoland area. I come from rural Illinois, and there you don't waste anything. And so I'm going to teach you right now how to make the perfect sandwich that you can freeze, put in the freezer, and pull it out. And as you guys comment, I will be answering you. My computer died, so it's over here on the floor. Let's see. I saw somebody just commented here. Okay, so I'll tell you about my little Midwest story. So I came from the Midwest, and there you didn't waste anything. You would freeze it, and then you'd pull it out later, and you would eat it. Now, apparently, that's not really used around. Like, my husband hates frozen fruit. Hates it, you know. I just think that's so funny, but whatever. Okay, so here's what you do with your sandwich that you can freeze and reuse. You don't like this tip, don't use it, doesn't matter to me. So my family, let's talk about bread for a second. And if you were here last week, you saw that the very best bread that you need to get in the ingredients needs to say whole blah, blah, blah. Whole wheat flour, whole oat flour. Well, my family likes this bread. Does it say whole blah 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 as my first ingredient? No, it doesn't. And you know what the truth is I don't have to give my family the most healthy and best all the time for me, because they really enjoy rye bread. Maybe there's a different rye they'd like, but I'm telling you, if I bring any other rye bread in my house other than this one, my husband's like, what's wrong with the bread? So whatever. I mean, don't you ever get where you're like, okay, I'm just done fighting. I really just couldn't care less. All right, so we're just gonna make it turkey and cheese. We do a natural turkey, no nitrates. You can obviously there's some awesome brands in the deli. Brands like Dietz & Watson, Boar's Head. I do try to stick away from the no nitrates, and that's really just because it's healthier for my family, and then they're also cool with that. They like to eat that. I'm trying to see if I can get your comments, and I'm not able to quite yet. All right, so here's the tip. Bread, then your meat, and then my son. I'm literally gonna make this sandwich because if you haven't heard, I like everything simple and easy and healthy. Mostly healthy. Most of the time healthy. The majority of the time healthy. And so I'm gonna be reusing this. I'm gonna put this in the freezer and then I'll reuse it. So then whatever your little like spread is, I don't care if it's mayonnaise, I don't care if it's mustard, whatever your spread is, you put that between the cheese and the meat. I mean, it's not revolutionary, but it actually works. Now, I do want to tell you that we do use white American cheese because then it does not have, when it's available, because it doesn't have the food dye in it, because we do try to minimize food dyes. All right. Bread, cut, wrap it up. This will go in my freezer. And when I want to use it, I will pull it out the night before, and it will be like a very fresh sandwich. This is going directly into my freezer right now. And that is how you have an awesome sandwich that you can make, I don't know, like a week ahead of time, and just like keep them in there. You can do that with peanut butter and jelly. If you can't do peanut butter at your school, you can do nut butter, okay? So far we've talked about how to containerize, we've talked about keeping your containers all the same, right? I mean, like, wouldn't we all love to have a gourmet meal every day? But, you know, let's try not to, like, stress ourselves out. We do keep some fun favorites in there. My son is super into applesauce and loves these yogurt tubes, so that's so fun. And then we talked about having 2 different main meal options. This week was tuna salad. Again, my son likes olives and tuna salad. He's a little unique, I'll give you that. And then we gave you a little demo on how to make these awesome wraps and how to make a freezer sandwich that you can do this all on Sunday, and these will stay nice too. Now, a couple other things. If you guys like simple and healthy, just like me, you'll probably also like some other options. So we also have some Juice Plus bars. These are whole food bars. You can always throw these into your kiddos' lunches. You can have them as a breakfast on the go. They're amazing. We also have awesome smoothie mix. There's 14 superfoods in here. I mean, if you want to get your kids to eat broccoli sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, and seaweed, I don't know a more delicious way to do it. So you can always make them a smoothie. This stuff is really fantastic also in like overnight oats, protein pancakes, anything to add more nourishment to something that's already sweet. I even add it into my yogurt. How about that? And then we also have 30 different fruits and vegetables that are juiced and dehydrated and put in little chewables for your monkeys. Here's the coolest part is that your kids, if you're taking Juice Plus, they get their Juice Plus free. You can put these in their lunches, or you can give it to them in the morning. They can have them as a snack. My kids take them every single day, especially now that I've got a 14-year-old who is an athlete and running cross country. So you guys, I hope that you have found one tip in this that will help make your life simpler. Please let me know if you're watching the playback. Number one, what did you learn today that was making your life simpler? And hey, question for you, are your friends here? Are you inviting people to Healthy Mom Strong? Because you are able to invite any woman who is a mom, a grandma who likes simple and healthy and kind of fun and little tips that are just thrown at you. You don't have to go looking for them. They're all right here. If there's something that you guys would like me to do, this is all by request, by the way. This comes from Amy Egebrecht. Thank you, Amy, for making this suggestion of healthy lunch ideas. So if you would like to have me do a little demo on something that we do around this house that seems to be working for us, I am happy to do that. What is your biggest struggle? You know, really, what's going on with you guys? Also, I want to let you know that you have a printable. So just find it somewhere. I'm sure it's in some sort of link somewhere I'll put on here. And hey, in the meantime, I hope this was helpful to you. And I'm going to check the comments here. I will tell you that every single comment, friends, is totally answered, as you know. I just have to figure out how to look on my laptop to find it. Oh my gosh, Michelle, you are awesome, because she says my husband hates Frozen also. I don't know, I guess these men who had like moms that were like awesomeness cookers, oh my gosh. Love the sun butter and apple wrap, says Kelly. What wraps are those? Okay, so the wraps that I currently have, they're called La Tortilla Factory. So, you know, I'll put that in the comments, La Tortilla Factory. So, and you know, if I ever mention something that has something in it that I said I shouldn't, I give everybody permission to call me out on that, okay? Because this girl is not perfect. All right, so never thought of freezing the sandwiches. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys, my kids love Wildshire Virginia ham, and it doesn't have nitrates. You guys, let's just bless each other with tons of information. And until then, until we meet again, which is next Thursday for some sort of coffee talk. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Breakfast? That might be cool, pretty cool. Well, you guys are amazing, and I am signing off, and I will see you next week. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna use this as a time to do a shameless plug. If you guys have any interest in being better than where you are right now, I want you to consider joining me and a lot of other moms and women across the nation in our shred next week. And what a shred is it's 10 days, it's a 10-day jump start, and all we do is focus on 1, 2, 10. It doesn't matter how many things, but the idea is I'm gonna go from where I am now and slowly take myself a little bit better. And it's not even like because I want to be better. It's like because I deserve to just give a little attention to me. Don't think you don't have the energy. Don't think you don't have the time, because it's really totally customized to you. I'm working with every single person who signs up and says, yeah, I'll give it a go. I will work with you. You don't have to worry about feeling overwhelmed, because if you don't feel ready to do something, we're not doing it. I mean, that's just like the most ridiculous thing ever. Why would I ever sign up to like cause myself some sort of strife? You know, I don't make my life harder anymore, right? We did that when we were younger, like us, forget that. But we do make it easier, and the best way to do anything, I have learned, is to find somebody who's done it and ask them how they did it, and then lock arms with that person and be able to do it. So I hope that I see you guys raising your hand and saying, yeah, I deserve to focus on myself just a little bit, just a baby step. So please come with me. I'm not chasing you down. Well, maybe I will chase you down. PM me. That means personal private message. Private message me. Like it. Do something. Get a hold of me, because there's people who are, and I want to be able to focus on them and not chase you down, right? Don't make somebody chase you down so that you can take care of yourself. That's crazy. You take care of yourself. Get a hold of me. Let's do this. And you know, here's the thing. In 2 weeks, 10 days is going to be done, and you're going to be so happy you did it. So it is great to see Michelle and Kelly and Sherry. Let me know what you want to see next week, and we are going to get this done. Have an awesome day, guys.